Gail, it's such a pleasure to be with you today. I'm grateful that you're able to take a few minutes with me. The other day when we were talking and we were chatting about your business for giving gifts, and you were sharing with me just a little bit about where you were coming from with it. It resonated with me in such a significant way. As you know, I mean, we've known each other now for a while. I'm a wellness person. I'm into health and prevention and this kind of thing. And all the different people I follow, one of the big lessons that I've learned is that it's not all about what you're eating or what your supplements are, or if you're getting enough sleep. There's a really critical piece of health, and that is centered in your ability to forgive,
Right.
to come to terms with hurts that have been given to you over the course of your life. And I just want to share with you, I'm a fan. I bought your book, Purposeful Healing.
Yes.
My Journey of Forgiveness from Existing to Living. I just think that is so, that's a beautiful way to talk about it. Would you mind just giving us a little feedback from your point of view, how your path, your journey, how it got you to this point of writing a book and opening a business where your mission is to help other people go through a system of learning how to forgive?
Yes. Well, I want to start by saying thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I'm just honored that you see the benefits of what I'm doing in the business and also in writing the book, and that you took the time to read it. I do appreciate that. My story it began, I guess, several years ago. I went through a pretty bad divorce, and I had some issues with letting go and getting to a place of healing. And this whole thing I know was God's way of helping me. But when he gives you something to help you, he doesn't give it to you just for you. He gives it, so that you can help someone else. And when you can see that, and see God in the midst of it, it's just amazing. And this is just an amazing opportunity. I'm a nurse and I help people, with physical ailments, just get to a place of, of feeling better. And so this is a different journey, but it all kind of ties in together. It's about your physical health and your mental health and how the two of them really kind of correlates, and how they, one really helps the other. I remember it's a lady, and she was ill with something. And I do talk about that story in my book. She was ill with something. She was having difficulty with leaving her house. She was stressed. She was paranoid, and she really had issues with forgiveness, because she too had gone through a divorce, and husband left her with young children to be able to take care of her on her own. So she carried that weight around. So she was like 80-year-old. She just had a difficult time with being able to let go. And she just carried it to the point where she actually forgot about the fact that, this could possibly be why I'm struggling, and so, I just had, and so as being a nurse too, so many opportunities where I've seen individuals repeaters, that come back to the hospital with different ailments, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure. And so then I began to wonder, like, why are they not like following the recommendations? And it just made me think, some of these things that they were consuming were actually making them feel better mentally, but it was affecting them physically, like salt, things like that, and sugar. Yeah. And we know that that sets off the dopamine effect in the brain, and it causes us to feel better. So obviously when you're down, that's what we reach for, right?
Yes.
So, and it just kind of made me think, wow, what's the relationship here? And so when you think about it, they were consuming things because they was trying to get rid of, or trying to not deal with or think about the things that may have happened to them, as young children, some as adults. And so I really started to think about that. So all this kind of came together with that in mind. The business is for giving gifts, and it just kind of helps people to get to a place of healing and understanding that the ineffective coping mechanisms that we take on and how they really do affect our overall health.
Right.
So I just really I never thought about writing a book before. I really didn't, or put a business together because, like I said, I'm a nurse. But because I was going through such a difficult time, I think the Lord just impressed upon me to, this is what I want you to do. And I
Yep.
think it's really going to help. And so then I started with, the business, and then I wrote a book, and it's Purposeful Healing, and it is available on Amazon. And it's really really good read. It talks about my story. It talks about,
Yeah.
how to be how one can heal and get to that place of forgiveness and letting go.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. What you've done, and I've seen it in your presentations, because I know you also can, be hired to go out to groups and put on presentations where you walked us through. I've seen this firsthand, this structure, this like a circle of healing.
Right.
That we can systematically follow, and we can have different checkpoints along the way to assess our progress with that process, which I'd never seen done before. And because when you think about forgiveness, it's for most of us a kind of general thing, and it's sometimes, I think, such a big thing to people that it's too daunting. It's just too much, and they can't see how to get through it. How can I forgive? This was a horrible injury that I've been subjected to. And what you've done is given them a tool where they can, like, okay, this is step one. Okay, now go to step two. So it's sort of like, for me on my side of things, when I'm coaching, say for weight management or just general health, it's the same kind of concept. Sometimes people are like, I am just so off the rails, I can't even deal with this thing that I'm dealing. Okay, let's just add 15 minutes of walking in a day and see how that makes you feel. And you've done the same thing with forgiveness. And I find that just so fascinating. And I have to also say how I respect what you're doing in such a significant way, because you are sharing the pain that you endured and the process that you yourself discovered to heal and forgive. That you do that for the benefit of all the other people that work with you. And I think that that's a very special gift, and I'm grateful for your having been willing to do that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And the steps to healing, yes, I really do. I'm kind of person, like, I need direction, I need hands-on. When you think about healing, sometimes we think about just healing, not, and how is it that, how we're going to be able to get there. We just kind of get stuck with just overwhelmed with the whole process. But if you sit down and just kind of write it out and take one step at a time, that's what the forgiveness clock is about. The first, thing is, could be the cause. What is the cause of your pain? Sometimes we don't understand why we're angry, why we're upset. It's gone by for so many years. And now we're at a point where we don't really know why we do the things we do. But if you sit down and think about step by step, what's the cause? What am I doing? How am I contributing to this? What can I do to release the pain? And then it'll help you get to a point in a place of, being able to let go. So I really do enjoy that clock. And I think it's really helpful. And again, it's just one of those things that, that the Lord passed down, because he knew I needed steps.
Yeah. Well, isn't that always the case, do you think? I mean, I know for me, that's how I ended up with my work, is through the pain and struggle we went through with our kids being sick for so many years. I think that's the beauty of the struggles that we endure, is that we come through them stronger. And, if we're guided in the right way, we share our experience to help other people through their own challenges that may match up in some way with what we endured ourselves.
Exactly. Yes. And I've seen you present as well, and I've learned a lot from you, and in health and the things that we can do to the supplements and things that we can do to get ourselves healthy. So I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I just, it's just amazing how the things that we're doing just kind of really work together.
Yeah.
I have that mental part of it, and you have that physical part of it. And it's a great opportunity
between our brain and our body.
Right.
It's all holistic, right?
That's right.
And
it's all holistic. Yes.
And I know, and I think, I've heard you talk about, and you may even have written in your book about, there are physiological responses in your body to the stress that's caused by that lack of forgiveness. And so all these things work together to create unhealthy living, whatever that may end up being, whether you get a chronic disease or whether your behavior is toxic or whatever it may be, right? So I'm just so grateful that we've become friends and that we can help each other in this way where, we know there are people that can use that sort of support. And I think in particular that the book you've written is so unique that I don't think most people will find something like this. And it's very, it's short. It's not a big fat book.
Right.
It's a quick read, but it's not, I'm not going to say it's an easy read because it brings up questions that you have to think about. And in fact, there are opportunities to reflect.
Right.
As you go through the book, that is really, I feel like, is much of a part of the tool of healing as just the story itself. So Gail, this is just great. And I congratulate you on really the culmination of this effort to build this business for giving gifts and to really put a cherry on top of everything that you've done so that the people that you're counseling and the groups that you might be guiding have really a nice guidebook to follow what they've learned at the workshops that you run. So why don't you just go ahead and share, what is the website where people can learn about you, contact you to arrange to have you come and speak to their groups? Nowadays, I imagine you probably are doing some meetings on Zoom for people. Whatever the case may be, which is nice. I mean, I'm in Washington State, you're in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
I think this is awesome. You can do a Forgiving Gifts workshop for me out here on the West Coast anytime.
That's right. Absolutely. I would love to. Yes. So to reach me on my website is forgivinggifts.com.
Beautiful.
And you can, go on and sign up there. My phone number is on there as well. To be able to contact me. I'm also on Facebook, and it's under Forgiving Gifts. And also, I have a business page, and it's called Purposeful Healing, which is all about the book. And at that point, you can, sign up for opportunities to be able for me to speak and to talk to you as well, and also for some counseling, or I would say like therapy, or be able to consult me just for healing consults, and how to be able to get to, to letting go.
Oh, beautiful. Gail, it's just a delight to be with you today and
you as well.
To showcase what you're doing in the world. And I'm grateful for our time together. And I hope everybody who takes a look and watches this has a chance to reach out to you and benefit from all that you have to offer.
Right. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.